All right, welcome back. It's time for us to get right into the news review segment. And today, on the news review segment, the unfortunate passing of Akua Donkor. Commiserations once again to her family members. We'll be looking at that as well as having these conversations about the Boko conflict. The Boko conflict just seems like it just doesn't want to go away. The government has imposed a curfew. We'll be looking at that. Also, the U.S. has imposed restrictions, visa restrictions on persons who will make an attempt to undermine the electoral process in Ghana. We'll be looking at that. As somebody would say in local parlance, waiting concern them. But we'll see what all of that means. And then the Aguna West shooting incident, the police have launched a manhunt for the suspect. Now, joining me on the set this morning to help us go through the conversations, before I introduce them to you, remember that the segment is interactive. We want to hear from you. So use the WhatsApp line 0204 447 033. That's 0204 447 033. That's a WhatsApp number. The hashtag is Breakfast Daily on all social media platforms. Kindly use that, and let's hear your thoughts on the conversations that we're having right here. I've been joined by Richard Mensah. He's the head of programs production at City FM, 97.3 City FM, as well as Larry Dogbe. He's the managing editor for the Herald newspaper. Gentlemen, you're both welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So, initial quick comments. Let me just read this story that came through in early this morning. GFP presidential candidate Akua Donkor passes away. Akua Donkor, founder and leader of the Ghana Freedom Party, GFP, and a prominent figure in Ghanaian politics, has passed away at Ridge Hospital in Akua. A family source confirmed the passing of the GFP's leader to Accra-based City FM on Tuesday, October 29. Now, the family member disclosed that she passed away on Monday, October 28th. Now, details surrounding her death are currently unknown. Akua Donkor, widely recognized for her vibrant and outspoken personality, made a lasting impact in Ghanaian politics as an advocate for farmers and women's rights. Now, her journey began with the founding of the Ghana Freedom Party, where she championed grassroots causes. Despite limited resources and political challenges, Akua Donkor became a memorable figure in Ghana's electoral history, making multiple presidential bids. Now, she attempted the presidential bid twice, and her most recent attempt placed her as the third candidate on the 2024 presidential ballot. Now, her passing marks the end of a distinctive era in Ghanaian politics. Now, the late GFP leader began her presidential aspirations when she was elected Assemblywoman for Herman. Now, her first attempt at the presidency came in 2012 when she applied to run as an independent candidate. Now, she was, however, disqualified by the Electoral Commission for the reason that she did not meet the eligibility requirements. Although Akua Donkor disagreed with this decision, she did not resort to legal redress. Instead, she threw her support behind Papa Kwesi Indom of the Progressive People's Party. She was once again disqualified in 2016 after her Ghana Freedom Party's headquarters in Kabul, located in the eastern region, was gutted by fire early January. All right, let me start with Mr. Richard Mensah.
Well, it's when issues of this nature, you can only express your condolences to, and so I express my condolences to the family and the party. Of course, it's not something they wish they would have woken up this morning to hear, and for that matter, you want to with them. They should be strong in these very trying times. Akua Donkor is a very interesting character. Of course, my recent memories of her was the drama created at the IPAC meeting when she was given the opportunity. That was the first IPAC meeting that was carried live, I think so. And she was given the opportunity to comment, and it was a whole drama. But she's played her part 72 years,
Yeah,
I think.
72.
Yeah, it's not something that, like the accounts will say, and So she's played her part.
Yeah.
May her soul rest in peace. I think maybe politically the issues that will be coming up is what will be the impact on the ballot sheet since she's number 3.
Yeah, and I think the
obviously
printing has begun, right?
the printing has begun, and obviously you can't place her there when this news has been broken or this news has come. The Constitution, the 1992 Constitution, is expressly clear when it comes to the parliamentary candidates. So for parliamentary candidates, when such unfortunate things happen, there are clear provisions on what to do. If it's beyond 25 days to the elections, the party is given 10 days to either replace or nominate somebody to replace the person. If it's within 25 days, 25 days to the election, what happens is that the election, so if for instance you take the constituency and something of this nature happens, 25 days to election, the election will be postponed, it will be shifted forward, I think for some days, to allow the normal provisions of 10 days, the party will nominate somebody and then replace whoever it is, and then it goes on like that. But
will there be a by-election or will be an appointment from the party?
The party, that's why the party will be given 10 days. So this is parliamentary. The party will be given 10 days. So they can choose to just nominate, or they can go through their elections and then elect somebody to come. So they are given 10 days to do that. And that's why the provision says that if it's 25 days to the election, 25 days to the election, the election would have to be postponed. To allow the processes to go through and all that. But the Constitution is very, very silent on presidential. And I think it is so because the presidential, when it comes to the presidential elections, the whole of Ghana is regarded as one constituency. That's why the returning officer is this. Is this. But what I think should or can happen is that, well, the party, when you look at the Constitution, in terms of when there's a sitting president, it provides for how a vice president can take over in the case of resignation, death, or something. And obviously, as a country, we've witnessed one before. That was late Professor Mills. So at least we are familiar with that process. I'm thinking in this very particular instance, I think the party should be given the opportunity to nominate. She has a vice, but a running mate. But the running mate, I think, it's still the provisions of the Constitution is still silent on those things. So probably the party would have to go through their internal processes, and then if it is the running mate they want to promote, they promote, and then it goes there. And also, so if this is not done, you are looking at how, and I'm going through all this because I think by now within the political circles there is the thought of whether it will impact on the placement on the ballot. So she's number 3. She's no more. So you can't place her there and pretend you don't know. So if you don't place her there and the party doesn't nominate, what then happens to that slot? Are you going to bring all the parties back and say, let's reballot? Or you just shift them upwards and then the first, I think there's a situation in here, and that is why I'm looking at a situation where maybe the party, the Ghana Freedom Party, the party itself will go through internal processes because we are now 39 days to elections. So if we rely on the provisions that deals with the parliamentary elections, then we can safely say that we are within range for whatever to happen. So the party can go back, have their own internal processes, nominate somebody to replace her, so that the person will place her on the ballot and then it remains same. But be that as it may, it's really an unfortunate news to have hit the family. I believe by now the family is grieving, and even the party, because I don't think the ever planned with that, and therefore it might have hit them that hard. We listened to 6 a.m. news on the breakfast news on City FM, and the son confirmed it that I think on Monday, she fell ill on Monday, and then she was taken to the hospital because I think it says she attends clinicals at Ridge, so she was taken to the hospital, only for them to be called in the evening around 10 p.m. thereabout that she just didn't make it, and she's not been sick, she's not been hospitalized for long. So that's what they say, that she's not like she's been hospitalized for long. So just an unfortunate thing. It happens, and God knows best.
Yeah. Harry, I have an interesting proposition.
Please do.
Her space on the ballot should be left empty. Everybody should maintain their position.
No, you'll be shocked how many people will fill that position. And she might as well win an election out of that. Because people will begin to think that, oh, there's a space available, and that EC is inviting us to just fill it. Okay, put a symbol there, and you'll be shocked what will turn out. But I mean, picking it from where OJ landed, the party. OJ, is there a party?
There is a party.
Do you know the executives of the Ghana Freedom Party? Do you know the general secretary? Do you know the party chairman? Do you know the communication person?
Larry.
She went on the ballot with the party.
When you were talking, I had a very good laughter.
Okay, go.
Why can't you?
I know, I'm just surprised that you're asking the question, is there a party? Because there was inter-party advisory committee meeting. She was there. There's a party.
We all knew we all know what she was used for.
Who?
Oh.
She was used by who?
I mean, get her there. I mean, let her become part of all this balloting process, more under pressure, and then like the drama she put up over, during the IPAC meeting.
The most recent one?
The most recent one.
Okay.
Totally unnecessary. What was on the table to be discussed, that was not what she was discussing. Okay. I mean, totally unnecessary. But the constitution that OJ talked about or mentioned requires political parties to have certain, description, certain organization, certain executive, certain, let's say, organogram or what you call it, nomenclature. Was that what we saw? She was the alpha and omega of that political, so I don't want to call it a political party. However, I mean, that is, besides the point. Listen, she's a mother.
The existence of Roman father.
Is that?
Are you discounting the existence of Roman father?
I haven't mentioned Roman father.
That's her running mate.
I haven't mentioned.
But the way I say that she's the alpha and omega of the party, it's like as though Roman father doesn't exist.
When did Roman father come in? Where has Roman father been all this while?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Now you don't know?
No, I don't know.
I mean, Kuku,
yes.
Let's just, be honest with ourselves. We can't continue as journalists to be playing, that ostriches. I won't say devil's advocate. Ostriches. Okay? Democracy is a very serious thing. Governance is a very serious thing. And whoever aspires to be, they tell us, oh, listen, it's the rule of the people, by the people, for the people. But anyway, she was a grandmother, and so a grandmother, a mother, a sister. I mean, she had relatives, family members, and so on. And so I'm sure they'll be struck by this news. Okay, that she wasn't feeling well. She was taken to a hospital. And then the next moment you are called to say that she's passed. I recall losing my dad, and I mean, it's something else. I'm sure, we've all lost relatives and whatever that meant to us. So I extend my condolences to the bereaved family. But I noticed that at the last IPAC meeting, she wasn't looking too well.
Really?
Yeah, look at her carefully. Yeah, she wasn't looking too well. that she's put on weight and, you know.
But, you know, some of these things you would assume that maybe it comes with age and all that. Not necessarily.
Yes, but the Donkor that we knew before,
Yeah.
wasn't the Donkor that we saw at that IPAC meeting. Besides that, then apparently she's been in the space for a very long time. During the PNDC days and so on. I mean, she operated with the PNDC and all that. Then during the Kufuor period, you know, she was hobnobbing with the ruling government and the NDC. She was all over the place. I think President Mahama even took her to one of the Italy, you know.
on an investment trip.
Oh, yeah, on an investment trip. And I recall the MPP people were all over the place. Or didn't quiet the war and so on.
No, but then it seems as if she's enjoyed a lot of goodwill from all sides.
Goodwill and goodies. Add that one.
No, goodwill includes goodies.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. You know, so again,
it is a serious thing, not a laughing matter, but I'm sorry that I really enjoyed her, you know, when she would precede every statement with "Enya no."
No, she was quite a animated character. On that political scene. I think she brought a certain dimension that maybe we also needed, you know, as a people.
Well, the country was too tense.
Yeah, you know how it is. The country can become very tense, you know, especially during election times. And so sometimes having somebody like this also sort of allows us to diffuse some of the pressure small.
No, but it was somebody like that who was, you know, oftentimes used by, you know, the ruling party, you know, for all.
Well, if everybody got a chance to dip their fingers in, then she was here, then she was here, then she was here, then she was here. So it's okay.
I recall one of the things she says, Oto fear mommy, Oto car mommy, wait your me back, wait your.
Yeah.
No. I mean, one moment she was driving, you know, sleek pickup. Another time she was in a Tundra. Another time she was driving Pajero. You know, somebody bought her a house. You know, she didn't like that house, and then she got another one. Oh, well, it's cool. Maybe it's well, my condolences to.
All right.
But before this, you know, we reported that she was either going to step down.
Really?
She and Apalu. Yeah, we reported that she was going to step down from the
race.
Yeah, from the race, and then that would mean that, you know, positions will have to shift up.
Oh, I see.
Because just around the time, then Wontumi had come to say that, Wontumi will demonstrate that he has a lot of power to shift positions, and that, I mean, even threatened to move Mahama up or down or something to that effect. And I'm just saying this relative to what OJ mentioned, that what will happen to the ballot paper now that, you know.
All right, gentlemen.